Yeah, Ian Hennessy. I'm an MBQ assessor at the Academy Training Group. Specialise in site carpentry and formwork at level 2. Yes, very pleased with the app to date. Works great on site. You can collect all your audio, video, and pictures. Put them straight onto the report, along with your own statements, and they go straight onto the criteria that you're claiming against. You can also mark them as partial or complete, so you know where you stand as you go along. Once you're happy with that report, you can, when you come home, you're able to connect it straight up to your laptop, and then obviously compress the files, and then move on to creating the main report. You can go off, make yourself a cup of tea. You can go on and do other things, you know, while you're waiting for the report to be produced, which doesn't take long. And then you've got a chance. Then you can obviously upload that report and sign it off, and that really can be done within 20 minutes, which is a great time saving on the past when the 2 reports or 2 observation documents for one portfolio would take you at least a day. So the time saving itself is very good, and you can also you can see where you stand as you go along. So you've got adequate evidence to cover the qualification as you go along. So yes, very happy with the app to date.
Hi Sherry, I know you've been using Libertas now for a little while. Do you want to just explain a little bit about it and how you've gone on with it?
Yes, my name's Cherie. I've been working as assessor for the last 6 years. I've been delivering MVQs in IT, customer services and business administration. I've worked with quite a few training providers, and one of the ones I'm currently working with has suggested to me, or recently suggested to me, to start using Libertas because it would reduce my workload. I was a little bit sceptical because at the end of the day I just assumed it would be another e-portfolio system and it wouldn't really help me out. But once I started to use it, I was just amazed how much easier it was to get all my work done and not spending hours at home, catching up on paperwork, you know, and it's just made my life a lot more simpler. It also means I can complete a lot more candidates, get a lot more money, and like I said, have a bit of free time for myself. With other portfolios, the paper-based, etc., to me it's a bit of a drag because now, working with my other training providers, it's a case of spending hours completing that, completing this, getting the paperwork together, carrying around all manner of different things just to help me get the job done. Whereas with Libertas, I've just got a tablet, I get it all done in one go home and get on with my life. I really wish other training providers would get on board with this because at the end of the day, you get more candidates, I get more candidates, we're both better off financially, and the learners benefit because they don't have to spend days, weeks, months, years trying to complete things, going back and forth. It's all there, one tablet, done, go home, sweet. Thank you, Libertas.
So thumbs up, yeah?
Perfect.
Okay,
Couldn't
great.
want better.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
My name is Stephanie Innes and I am an internal verifier with Academy Training. Prior to Libertas, I would spend time going through visit reports that were mainly handwritten, sometimes having to search for evidence before making a judgment about whether the assessment criteria had been met, which could be quite time consuming, particularly where evidence had been wrongly claimed. With Libertas, the criteria is on the app, so the assessor can see this when gathering evidence using the tablet, and then decide how best to meet the criteria and what evidence types to use. This can then be placed directly to the assessment criteria that it meets. When the report is generated, I simply look at what evidence has been placed against the criteria and judge whether it's sufficient. This makes the role of the internal verifier much easier, and I would definitely recommend this app for both assessors and verifiers. Thank you.
So if you want to introduce yourself then.
My name is Mikhail. I'm working as an MQ assessor, freelance assessor. Been doing this since 2008, assessing mainly paint and decorating trade.
Okay. Now, how was it before you were using the Libertas assessor software?
well, it used to take a lot of time in terms of homework, where you had all evidence sitting in your mobile, and then everything had to go into the PC. I had to shrink everything manually, go through all photographs, videos, making sure I think about some nice name so I know what each piece of evidence demonstrates to me. And then everything had to go into the Word document as well, manually, using drag and drop system. And then was a painful process of writing report, which could take between 2 and 5 hours, when you had to manually describe the stuff and type it up on the keyboard. It was quite a difficult and long-winded process, to be honest.
Not enjoyable by the sounds of it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, and now you're using the new software, the new Libertas software. How's it been now?
Actually, the time was cut dramatically, and also I could save a lot of time by using the time when I'm traveling on and off site between sites. Whereas this time, let's say an hour while you're in a train, you can just do everything you had to do late at home. You managed to get ready everything done on your tablet during your travel time, and then just final touches at home, maybe a couple of audio commentaries, and then you just put the kettle on and you relax while the PC generates a report for yourself.
So would you say it's made a big difference, made the job easier, or?
Yeah, I would say it make a big difference, and I would say you could probably save 3 hours of typing on a keyboard at home, at least 3 hours at least. Yeah.
Great. Okay, thanks for that, Michal.
You're welcome.
Hi Kevin, obviously you've just started using Libertas over the last few weeks. Just give us a bit of feedback, explain a little about who you are and how you found the software.
Yeah, sure. My name's Kevin Payden. I'm a tutor and assessor from Harrow College. I teach warehousing and storage and assess on-site work-based learning. Currently been using the tablet for the past few weeks, and I find it very useful. The learners are impressed, and the managers of the warehouses who I go and visit, they're very impressed with the tablet as well. They like that it's slick and the design of it, and mostly because I like it, the way it makes my job easier, and also makes the job of the learners easier as well, because previously we would go on site and do observations, come back and having to write things down. Discussions were done like pre-planned, they would plan what they want to say, whereas now the job can be combined as one. With this tablet, I can do some observations and discussions at the same time just by filming them as a video. Any evidence I want to take photos of them working, and anything that can help them towards their qualification. So it speeds up the process, and I suppose it's more fun to use as well than sitting down and writing all day.
Great, thanks for that.
Okay, hi, my name's Paul Kent. I'm an IQA. I've been an IQA and an assessor for probably 20 odd years now. So I've worked through paper portfolios, now working into e-portfolios. What has the app done for me? Well, as an IQA, the app has made life very, very easy. Before, you used to look at people's portfolios, had to follow a report that didn't necessarily follow any logic, but also didn't follow any criteria. What the app has done is it's put it into a sensible route. So everything is there, everything is mapped for them as long as they hit the the correct standard, then they've got what it's done. It's all in one place, very easy to view, and will also benefit EQAs as well, because they'll be able to go straight to the evidence straight away. They won't have to sift through lots of evidence. It's very easy to follow, easy to use. It's just a benefit.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Hello there, I'm Anthony Webster, MVQ Assessor 0103 4162.
Okay. Anthony, what was life like before using the Libertas software as an assessor?
To be fair, it could be difficult, manual handling. It was a little bit more time consuming, a lot more time consuming to be fair, in that matter. Life before, again, a lot of work in the evenings. Now using the app is very, it's cut out a lot of my work in general in relation to the workflow, in relation to my workflow when I get home. So I feel that's very good in general, and on site in general, it speeds up the process in general in relation to gathering evidence on site.
Okay, so would you say it's been better for you?
Absolutely, absolutely, definitely, 100% better for me. That's without a doubt.
Hello, my name is Daniel Scanlon. I'm an assessor in plastering, and I'm here to talk a wee bit about the Libertas app and what life was like before it. Well, basically before the Libertas app came out, I was assessing on site. I was using my phone and camera to assess people on site, receive questions, videos and other ways of assessing. And I used to come home, upload the videos and then create a report. But with this Libertas app, you can do it all on site. Just spend that little extra bit of time on site and you can get everything you need. You'll be nearly there by the time you get home. It saves a lot of time. You're way more efficient. It's just a great new tool that's out for assessing.
Great.
I'm Harshal Patel, Center Manager for Academy Training Group. We've been using this Libertas software for the last few months, and I have to say the results are really very good. The productivity has gone up, the assessors are much happier than before. The reports are coming much quicker than we have ever had. And overall it's helped us to get our completions and targets as well. So I would recommend the Libertas software to anyone any day.